welcome back to my channel. My name is Janet and I have lost over 100 pounds following the ketogenic diet. On my channel you will find a variety of things from keto recipes to protein sparing modified fast recipes, and you know what, just kind of me finding the maintenance balance after losing so much weight. I've really been trying for the last, it's been almost 2 years to find that balance. I keep on going up and down. It's a small little roller coaster, but nevertheless, it is definitely a roller coaster. So if that's what you're interested in, then keep on watching. All right, so I'm going to give a little update on what I've been doing in order to get back on track with my weight loss. So I have definitely been on track the last week, probably a good week and a half, if not 2 weeks. I have been back on track and refocusing on my weight loss journey and just getting back down to my goal weight. About 135 to 140 is definitely my goal weight. And you know, my last emotional video that I did really kind of sunk in. And you know, I guess we kind of feel invincible when we lose weight. We never feel that we would get back up to 150 pounds, 180 pounds, 200 pounds, right? But it happens, and it happens like overnight. You know what I mean? It's something that is traumatic and emotional that you experience that kind of takes you back and puts you in that negative mind space. And for me, definitely making the decision of quitting my job of 12 years, working as a government position. I worked at a post office, and essentially what it is a CANADIANS. So CANADIANS is owned by the government of Canada, and it is at every military base across Canada. And our mission is definitely to serve those who are serving. So I was at that job for 12 years, and it was not a haste decision by any means. I have thought about it, and it was a long drawn out process for about 6 months in order to make that decision. And it was such a relief when the day finally came, and I feel like I have been living the dream for the last week and putting so much more time into YouTube and into other aspects of my brand. But it definitely threw me for a loop emotionally because I was feeling so many emotions, and you know, making that decision was not taken lightly. I've met a lot of fantastic people there, and you know, it gave me an opportunity to make a good income even as a part-time employee, and just being part of such an amazing organization, and as part as being affiliated to the military. Jimmy is retired veteran, and it was just important for me to work that position, and you know, I really enjoyed it at that time. But then the last, like, definitely 4 months prior to, I just wasn't enjoying it as much as I have been in the past. And my YouTube definitely took priority over that job. And that is how I made the decision, is my YouTube is kind of like my retirement income. This will take us into retirement. It was taking a lot of personal time doing my YouTube and my content creation, as well as my business that I have with my keto coaching with my clients. I wanted to give them the attention that they deserved with keto coaching and be present 100% with them. And that is how I made the decision to become a full-time YouTuber, content creator, and work on my business. But there was a lot of emotions that went on with that. I felt guilt. I felt guilty for leaving that job, was probably one emotion that I really felt. And not only that, it was like a lot of my coworkers that I worked with, that I love working with, and I love talking to every day that I worked, I was kind of leaving that behind. And that was one thing that I looked forward to in my day, is seeing my coworkers and chatting with them, and seeing my regulars, you know, that come into the store all the time, and that I would catch up on all of our gossip. And you know, there was a lot of guilt leaving that job and knowing that, you know, I really wouldn't be experiencing that anymore, because I would be staying at home all the time and kind of, you know, working on my business, yes, but I feel like that socialization would be missing. So that definitely played a part. The financial part, at the beginning, was kind of nerve-wracking, even though I knew the income that I have been making the previous 6 months and have been monitoring that to a T. So I wasn't really too worried about the financial part of it. But it was definitely like the socialization part and the guilt, because you know, in that job, I think I've called in sick once in 12 years. I really take pride in my work when I do work for others, and especially when I'm working for myself. I consider myself to have a good work ethic. I always was on time. I rarely called in sick, but once. You know what I mean? And I was always reliable. I was definitely a reliable employee, and thinking about just not having to do that anymore feels like kind of a void. As much as it is exciting to be your own boss and make your own hours and do what you want to do, especially with the content creation that I'm doing here, it definitely is kind of a hard decision to leave that job. And like I said, it just kind of threw me for a loop with my eating, and it doesn't matter how I'm feeling, I will eat. And I definitely turned to food for that week and a half in making that decision, because at first it was very nerve-wracking. And the only way that I felt that I could cope with it is through food, I'll be honest. And, you know, as time went on and I got closer to my date, I realized that I was making the right decision. And I was like, okay, I need to get back on track here. And, you know, I've made my decision. My decision is final. I have my last day to look forward to of working, and then I have a whole new chapter in my life to look forward to. And I don't want to throw all of that away, all of my hard work in losing weight. And it took a lot of discipline and determination to get to the point where I am at today. And, you know, I don't want to just throw that away because of a life-changing event. You know, and I don't want you to do that either. I want us to be in control of our eating, and whatever comes our way, we are able to deal with it without turning to food. That is kind of the one thing that I took away from this. And it's been a long time since I've had kind of like a life-changing experience in my life. And, you know, I learned a lot from it. And that's why I say we all have this learning curve that we're trying to learn and deal with while being on a weight loss journey. And everybody deals with things differently. It may be sadness. It may be happy that you turn to food. And I realized that it's kind of like a big changing life event where it kind of triggered me. So coming to the conclusion of why that happened and recognizing it, and thinking of how I can kind of make things better for next time. Because you know what? There always will be something. There always will be some sort of a life-changing experience happening in your life that we need to deal with without turning to food. So I decided that once I was done work, I took a little break. I went to Banff. You would have seen that vlog last week, and just kind of settled in to my new chapter, and that is creating an at-home schedule. Because when I worked, I had a schedule, I had a routine that I did. And now I feel like, especially working from home, being at home, I need to figure out my own routine. So going forward, I will have a new routine set in place, and where I will be allotting time to recording, to responding to comments, to working on my keto coaching business. I want to come out with some new digital products that will be downloadable. And there's just a bunch of things in the works that I need to work on, but I need to accommodate that time accordingly so that I don't feel overwhelmed and I don't have a lot of time on my hands, and that I will get the motivation to get up out of bed and to do the work that I need to do. Just because I'm retired and I quit my job, my 9-to-5 job, does not mean that I don't have a schedule and I can lay in bed and watch Netflix all day. That is not happening. That is not happening to me, and routine is huge for me. So that was one thing after I came back from Banff that I really sat down and came to the realization that I need to have something in place. So I did that, and I have been implementing that for the rest of last week. So the last 4 days I have been doing that. Now, a huge thing for me is meal prep. You guys know that. It's meal prepping, meal planning, figuring out what I am going to be doing eating wise on a daily basis. So I have come to the conclusion that I am going to be implementing 2 protein sparing modified fast days per week. So those days are actually going to be on a Tuesday and a Thursday. And I'm going to have a higher macro day on Sundays. Now, if you would have remembered, if you would have been subscribed to my channel last fall, that's kind of what I was doing last fall, is I was alternating days with keto and protein sparing modified fast days, and I was having a higher macro day on the Sunday, and that worked phenomenal for me. It worked really, really well. And you know what? If it isn't broken, don't fix it, right? So I'm going to go back to that, and I am really going to be keeping track of my macros, planning out my meals on my keto days and my protein sparing modified fast days, as well as my Sundays, because they will be a higher macro day, but it doesn't mean that you can eat whatever you want to eat. I still will be within my macros according to my needs, and you know, we will get there. Summer is coming awfully quickly. I can't even believe it's like halfway through April already, and you know, we need to buckle down. If you're listening to this, we need to buckle down and get serious, because we only have a couple months before summer really starts here in southern Alberta anyways. So that is going to be my plan moving forward. I did do another weigh-in this weekend, and I will give you the update on that. So my weigh-in, which I am pleased about for this week, was 163.6. So I am ecstatic about that. If you would have watched my vlog when I weighed myself and kind of did like, you know, an update after everything that was happening, I weighed in at 166.8, and you know, it's not a proud moment. Let's just say that. I will be so thrilled once I get back into the 150s. I have not been in the 160s for a very long time, and that was kind of like my awakening. And going to Banff, I'm glad that I did that and got that out of the way, because that was an off keto day, and I don't regret it whatsoever. That was kind of a planned off day. But I am ready to get started this week, and you will see a lot more videos for protein sparing modified fast coming up on my channel. I know a lot of you love seeing those ideas, and I definitely want to take you with me with what I'm eating on keto and on my protein sparing modified fast days going forward. So that is kind of what you will expect coming up in the weeks to come. Obviously, I will include other videos like some recipes, or you know, whatever else I like to share on my channel. But I hope you will enjoy this and kind of getting back on track. And I know there was a lot of you in that video that have commented and are going through the same thing that I am going through, and I will always keep my journey real and honest with you, because that's my life. I don't have anything else to go off of, and there is no reason to like fake it or, you know, say I'm at my goal weight when I'm not. Like, you know what, I feel like viewers know 100% anyways, right? Like, even watching my videos from like maybe last October, November to now, I can notice it in my face, and I notice it myself, and I'm sure viewers do as well. And there is no reason to hide the truth and to be shameful of the truth, okay? Let's not do that and hide behind this persona of what we think we need to be like and what we need to look like in this world. Let's just keep it real. I have always 100% kept it real, and I will never be that person on YouTube. So if you don't like the realness of my weight loss journey and the ups and downs that I am constantly facing, it feels like, you know what, maybe this channel isn't for you. But I do the highs and the lows, I share with you, because that's what weight loss is all about. Like for me anyways, I have been struggling with weight loss for 25 years. And you know what, the highs are really, really high, and the lows are my lowest that I've ever felt. And that's just real. It's a real thing. It's natural to go through the roller coaster. And I don't want you to feel like because you're not consistently losing on a weekly basis that you're a failure. Do not think of that. Do not have that mindset, because it will never be like that. Even when you hit your goal weight, you will never have that same number on the scale every day. So let's just not even think about that as a reality, because it is not. Let's be real and 100% real with ourselves. Come clean with ourselves. It'll make you feel a whole lot better, and do something about it. I remember when I was 240 pounds, and I complained a lot You know, of course I had that self-hatred talk, you know, everybody kind of goes through it, but I also would complain to Jimmy about it, like thinking that maybe Jimmy would be able to fix it for me because, you know, he is my partner. I love him. And, you know, it was something though that he could not fix. And he said to me after months and months of complaining about it, he said, you know what, in a nice way, he said, Janet, you need to do that. You need to do that for yourself. I cannot fix that for you. You know, and if you're sitting here complaining about something, why aren't you doing anything to fix it? You know, it's almost like having that dripping tap in the kitchen or the bathroom. It's dripping, and you know, it's annoying you and it's aggravating you and you're complaining about it. That dripping is so annoying. Can we please stop that dripping? Can we please do something about it? Well, guess what? If you don't do anything about it to fix it, it will constantly stay dripping, right? And we have to think about things like that with our weight loss and even our self-esteem and self-confidence. If we don't do something about it, it will always stay the same. I want you to remember that, and thank you so much for being so encouraging and kind on my channel. That is one thing. I literally have the best subscribers. I say it all the time, so thank you. Thank you to each and every one of you that watch my videos for being a true friend of mine. I love you all. So make sure that you hit that red subscribe button. Give this video a like to let me know that you're liking my content. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so YouTube can notify you when I upload a new video. Thanks for watching.